when the golden shower trees, Cassia fistula, known as Dokun in Laos, blossom means the arrival of Lao New Year. They are hard to miss because there is yellow everywhere along the roadside and in people's gardens and yards. The kind of flower can be found everywhere in Laos and Thailand's northeastern provinces. The flowering tree is native to southern and southeastern Asia, originally coming from Sri Lanka through India to Myanmar, Laos and Thailand. Kun in Lao language means bringing happiness or talismanic, and the color yellow represents freshness, happiness, positivity, clarity, energy, optimism, enlightenment, remembrance, intellect, honor, loyalty, and joy. With its good meaning and beautiful flowers, Lao people prefer to grow the Dokun tree to decorate their houses, while the municipal authorities plant them along the sides of the roads. The golden shower trees grow to about 10 to 20 meters in size. The flowers are about 20 to 40 centimeters long, and each yellow flower is 4 to 7 centimeters in diameter with 5 equally sized petals. The fruit is a legume, 30 to 60 centimeters long and 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters broad, similar to a long bean. The fruit contains several seeds, but you cannot eat them because they are poisonous. During Lao New Year, Dokun flowers seem to blossom at the most beautiful time of the year. Lao people normally use Dokun to mix with clean water, turmeric and perfume to make holy water for pouring on Buddha images in their houses and temples, as well as the elderly people, which shows their respect. With its shape like a shower, people also prefer to take branches of the flower and use it to shower the Buddha images in the temple by dipping the flower branches into the holy water and sprinkling it on the Buddha images. This can be seen in almost every temple. At home, the Lao people also prefer to attach the branch of Dokun flowers on their house poles during New Year, believing that it will bring happiness and good luck to the house. Some people also attach the flowers on their cars and motorbikes during Lao New Year with the same belief that it will bring them good luck, happiness and safety while driving. At parties, some women might be seen creatively wrapping Dokun flower branches around their heads to make themselves look beautiful. As human beings, what we can learn from nature, especially flowers, is the act of giving. The flower represents unconditional giving. It gives out its blossoms and beauty with no conditions attached. A record number of buildings received certification for incorporating environmentally friendly features this year. With this, the government says it's on track to green a majority of the buildings by 2030. In sunny Singapore, the high temperatures can make things uncomfortable, and it's no wonder that air conditioning has become an escape from the heat. These systems often use up large amounts of energy and contribute to environmental degradation. But this hotel, which is more than 30 years old, is doing its part to care for the planet. The revamp cost millions.
When we run such high occupancies, when we're running, say, a year-to-date occupancy of, say, 93%, it becomes a bit of a challenge. We also look at our market mix when we feel that, say, for example, if we have business people staying in the hotel, normally they go out during the day for the meetings, and that's when we do the work that we need to do.
And the project cut the building's energy use by a quarter, or 25%. New buildings can comply with green standards right from construction, but older ones must work around current operations and infrastructure. International Plaza, which is over 40 years old, had to tear down part of the wall on the 36th floor to allow more energy-efficient chillers to be hoisted and installed.
That ledge actually protrudes out, and so any hoisting you have to be careful, because you have to make sure that we didn't hit the side of the building. So we had to do it at night. LTA gave approval to close the Chung Wan Street area, and it all had to be done overnight into the early hours of the morning.
The result is saving of some 470,000 Singapore dollars per year on electricity bills. The Building and Construction Authority has a target of greening 80% of the buildings in Singapore by 2030. It's on track. So far, some 2,000 new and existing projects already have the Green Mark certification, making up more than 24% of all buildings here. To help the remaining buildings, the authority will step in with funding.
For the smaller building, they may have problem raising fund for even pay for the initial capital cost. So we have a brief scheme. Basically, we are tying up with some financial institution, banks and so on, to help defray part of the cost.
Besides incentives, there are also rules to ensure existing buildings meet the minimum Green Mark standards. The Silla ethnic is one of the 5 smallest ethnic groups in Vietnam with a population of just over 800. They are Tibeto-Burman people who migrated from Laos and are currently residing in Vietnam's mountainous northwest. Despite being a small ethnic group, the living conditions of the Silla have changed dramatically in recent years thanks to the government's health development policies. Siu Hai is a small village of Silla people in Lai Chau with 50 households. For the past 30 years, Silla people have lived on hunting and collecting vegetables, raising cattle and poultry, and planting rice, but have remained isolated from other people due to the Da River. This has caused difficulties for them to get access to healthcare, but this is now a thing of the past. This small baby girl, Po Thu Yen, was born in Muang Thi Hospital, unlike her parents who were born by the mill. Hu Kolan from Siu Hai village, Chan Ho, Muang Thi, Dien Bien, says they gave birth and cut the umbilical cord at home. Now they go to hospital. Healthcare is different now. Thanks to the newly built bridge in 2008, Silla people know more about reproductive health care. Traditionally, Silla people often married among people of the same bloodline, therefore their children are weaker. Po Chang Na, also from Siu Hai village, Can Ho commune, Muang Thi district, Lai Chau, said there were few Silla people and they didn't socialize with other ethnic groups. They couldn't speak other languages, so they tended to marry people of the same bloodline. Their children were weak. Many of them died young. Now, isolation is a thing of the past. About 30% of young Silla here are married to those of other groups. Besides increased reproductive health awareness, people have easier access to medical facilities. Can Ho Commune Medical Station receives hundreds of patients a day. This is the first medical station local people come to for healthcare. Most of the patients are of the station are children and pregnant women. In 2013, 90% Silla children were vaccinated and about 50% of Silla pregnant women had regular checkups during their pregnancy. Dr. Dal An Doan, head of Can Ho Commune Medical Station, Muang Thi District, says more people come for examinations on average this year than other ethnic groups in the commune. As this is a medical station in a mountainous area, another important mission is to change the local people's attitude towards healthcare. The villages used to be very dirty. Now villagers are more aware of keeping their villages clean. They still raise cattle, but in a different way from the past, so it's much cleaner. In the past, we could only get a third of a quarter of the villagers to come for a meeting. The number is now up to 90 to 95%. According Muang Thi District's authorities, Silla people make up only 0.14% the district's population. Therefore, they are allowed to have 3 children to increase their numbers. Tran Duken, Deputy Chairperson, Muang Thi District People's Committee, says as there are few Silla people, they are encouraged to have 3 children. Those who have 3 children still get the same maternity allowance they were given for their first and second children. They can have free regular checkups and access to healthcare during and after birth as well. Po Tang Nga is an influential person in the village. He still joins activities educating local people on healthcare and cultural preservation, as some of them cannot speak Vietnamese, so all forms of education are used. He says it's hard to educate them by books, but songs are good. For example, he writes lyrics about family planning and match them with traditional melodies of our group. He tells them that if they have too many children, they may not have enough food, and when they're sick, they may not have enough money for the treatment. Po Chang Nga says by singing, they understand the issues better. Dang, the Hong chairperson, Kan Ho Commune People's Committee, Muang Thi, says they include education in these activities. They see that it's more effective than the educators are Sila people. Then the education is more fun and attracts more people because it includes some songs and performances. Thanks to the bridge connecting two sides of Da River, young Sila people have more choices for their future, and the recent improvements on their health conditions will further develop their living standards in the coming time. Feel the breeze of the wind through riding a hot air balloon, organized by the newly formed Filipinas Hot Air Balloon Festival Incorporated. In coordination with the Department of Tourism, the 4-day event has brought local and foreign tourists. This year, the event took place in a world-class theme park and wakeboarding park in Barangay Prado, Songco, Lubao, Prabanga, Philippines. The aim of the event is to fuel the passion of flying to both the young and the old, to help move the aviation industry forward, to create jobs and business opportunities by promoting tourism. At least 35 hot air balloons in different colors and shapes from different countries, including Philippines, Malaysia, Belgium, and USA, took part in the festival. And here are some of the balloonists who took part in the show, shared their views.
I fly the balloon for a long time, maybe 5 years ago, and I heard that have a balloon event here. I really would like to come here very much.
Fly balloon as a hobby, so I come here to fly for fun.
Be very happy to be in Philippines because very nice people, and enjoy very much to meet your culture and the people from Philippines. Very nice.
We love ballooning. We want to come out and put smiles on the kids' faces and have a good time and let people get pictures and see them up close and personal. It's hard to understand until you see balloons close and personal what they are like.
For those who were not able to join the amazing and magical experience in the air, there will be more exciting and breathtaking adventures next year, as it will celebrate its 20th year. GRID is a youth-oriented reality program under a Memorandum of Understanding between Brunei Darussalam and the Republic of Singapore. It is co-produced by Radio Television Brunei and Media Corp Singapore, and promoting cooperation and exchange program of youths, newscasters and officers of the two nations. The program features the interests such as music, fashion, sports, dances, theatre and photography. It also provides a platform for the youths to showcase their talents and making them the mini ambassadors of various fields, including the process of education. This year, GRID gives a focus on scouting for new talents through the performing arts of dancing, and both countries are represented by 4 students aged between 17 and 22.